Kembo Kembo na Tatanzambe ya Mazulu. Peace and blessings to everyone that follows this channel. My name is Mika Masa and Mbote. Greetings, Yenge Keno. Like we say, peace and blessings to you. Yeah, I wasn't online for a while, but today I brought a very nice topic for our family, for everyone that loves the truth. You can't take history, religion, and politics out of Africa. Okay, you can't take it out of the concept that shows how important Africa is, because it's the beginning of all the histories, of all the political struggle, and of all spirituality, of humanity. This is where we have to start. In the beginning of this work, I'm going to 11 years now teaching. I have focused myself to bring the two sticks together and tell the whole world that Africa actually is the key. It's the beginning and it will be also the end of the world. And you can't take the Africa out of the Bible. Africa is mentioned more than 200,000 times in the scripture. Okay, they say actually 100 something, but if you put the other books that they took out of the Bible, or of the so-called, let's say, the modernization of religion, which is the Bible, then came the Quran and all this, you always will see that Africa will be mentioned, which means as you can't take, because I am from the Congo region, Angola region, Gabon, Cameroon, the western part of Africa, especially there where it was called Ethiopia, where the Equator is. You can't take Congo out of the Hebrew, Jewish, or whatever they started to call religion, spirituality, and politics and science. But this is not where we go today. Then what I would just want to say is there are many people outside there. They took a lot of my teachings today, going to countries and countries, and in the beginning they were against the teaching that the so-called Israel from the Bible is in Africa. But today they are starting to tell people, hey, look, Moses and all of them, they never went to live in the so-called Iraq, Iran, but in the time of that they had to go back to the promised land, it was actually Africa. And from here, I know many people will not like to follow the things that I'm going to say further, but this is how it is. Which means that, is this the true story which is in the Bible? Because of the Bible story, it came from the stories that were told before. It's the same thing if we would say that Christians and Muslims came to show us the Most High. But before the Christians and the Muslims came, and all the other religions, before it even was called religion, we already knew the Most High in spirit, and we worshipped him. And we knew the constellations of the universe, because we came from the universe. And today, I want to explain to y'all where we actually came from, and what it really means for us to know all these kind of things before all the other nations. Because this is history and science, and it will go to politics one day, because when the people know exactly what is happening here, the world will change. Now, let me start. Kimbo Natatanzame Mazulu. You're highly welcome. My name is Masa Mbote. Again, so let me start. I hope you can hear me clearly, can give me feedbacks, say hello, whatever you like. Today we're going to talk about the star Cyrus. Yeah? Okay. The star Cyrus, the Arabs also call it El Habor, like also the Hebrews, the so-called Jewish, they call it also El Habor. So it's the same name in Hebrew. Cyrus is El Habor. If we go to into the Quran, yeah, you go to chapter Quran 53:49, you will see that is mentioned there. And he alone is the Lord of Cyrus. Okay, you have a lot of constellations, yeah, from heaven in the Bible, but Cyrus is not really mentioned directly, but we're gonna go there. Okay, Cyrus is the brightest star in heaven, in the universe. Okay, this is for you. This is something that you already have to know. Okay, before, because it's always important also to include the Bible, before I go and start explaining about Cyrus and the Congo people and other African nations, tribes that also knew about the star Cyrus, or actually also came from the star Cyrus, because this is what they believe, right? This is what their forefathers told them. And if you know my teachings, I already say we have three groups of people that came here to Earth. We are living with three groups of people. The people, they are called the people from the Earth. Then we have the people that came later, which is us. Okay, we came from the star Kakongo, which is directly next to the star Cyrus. Yeah, but we are going there very soon. Yeah, when we came to bring teachings and knowledge to the people in ancient Egypt. Okay, but when we came, we did not fall. We did not fall from heaven, but we were born in the earth. Okay, we were born in the earth. Yes, our forefathers said some people say they came with like the Dogon. We're gonna talk about the Dogon tribe. They came with spaceships. Yeah, and yeah, but we were born. Okay, when we were born, we born in Kachopia. Kachopia, this is how it was called. The Ethiopia, it was called Kachopia. Ethiopia, the Ethiopia that you see today is a new Ethiopia. You can Google it out. It was created not long time ago, and it was created two times in Africa. Before it was put there. The name was put there where Eritrea is, etc., etc. Before that, it was called Abyssinia, and it maybe had some other names before. So Ethiopia is actually Kakongo, the Kakongo of Earth, yeah, which means the place where the saints, yeah, the Shemites, yeah, where they came first. This is the beginning of all our history. And it was in Congo, where the equator is. This is the real Ethiopia. Then Ethiopia, after that, they started to rename it when they start making the maps, rename it and put it in the east side of Africa. Yeah. Then we went to Egypt, but this is a story that I'm gonna make a video after that. I'm gonna give you the exact date when we came, when we landed. I'm gonna give you the date when we went out from Egypt to meet some other tribes in Africa, even intermarrying with them or fighting them, okay, etc., etc. The only thing that I'm gonna mention here, but here now, but I have everything in text, by the way. They're men and women that came into Earth, okay, and when they came, I'm gonna give you also the name later. They had three childs, and these three childs is that what we call politic, science, and spirituality, and they begotten sons and daughters, and one of those sons had 12 children, and these are actually the 12 tribes that the most of the people talk about. Okay, so it's the story is not far away from the Bible, and that's why it's very important to know this story. You can't go away from the story. Oh, we are Hebrew Israelites. Like I was watching a video about the Hebrew Israelites again in Dimona again there in Israel. It's all good, but they believe. But you can't take Africa out of the Bible. You can't take Africa out of all the ancient scripts. Okay, which means we have to go to the source. And then there is another family that fell from heaven. These are we call them the people that came after. I'm going to give you the name in the video that I'm going to do next. Okay? They came after us. We can also call them like we can also say that these people came from the planets, from the other planets, because we are the third planet in the universe. They were created, and then you can see that it's far from the sun. And then the other planets, there we believe that also people will live there, and those ethnies came also into Earth. I know it sounds very scientific and fantasy, like a fantasy, but this is actually the story that people have to know. You have to know that. One thing that people also have to know is, if we go to the book of Isaiah, it is said, Isaiah 14 and 13, you said in your heart, I will ascend to heaven above the stars. Okay. And I will set my throne on high. I will sit on the mount of assembly in the far reaches of the north. Which means, actually, the people that live here on earth, they know exactly where they came from. Okay? Because all the knowledge comes from the universe. Okay? And they know where they came from before they came here to earth. Do you get it a little bit? So it's normal if someone say, hey, I know that I came from this and this star. I know that I am from this and this tribe or this and this family. And there's stories that was told from generation to generation. We know how today we just follow the Bible. Oh, this is everything that is in the Bible. This is our story. But this is not a complete story. Before the Bible was created by men, okay, before the Quran was created by men, they had histories that was very similar to that what is written in the Quran or in the Bible. So the Bible and the Quran, this is something that were taken from these scripts. in the Sumerian, in the Egypt, etc., etc. So there are some people, they want to make it out of the earth, which is impossible. But I'm going to make a complete video about how impossible it is to live in another planet. It's impossible. Okay? But now you know it's in the scripture. You can see it with your eyes that there are some people, extraterrestrial people. That's why you can also find that the Lord or the boss, the God of this people is Lucifer, actually, which has he has also his sons, his people. They came from somewhere. They mingled ourselves. They mingled themselves with us. They are intermarried with us. Like I said, they live with us, and they have a complete other plan. And they will want to go back where they actually came from, which is impossible. Yeah, if you know my spiritual teachings and all of this, and we're gonna move forward to teach all the things again, and again, because we never can stop teaching. Okay, brothers and sisters, it's gonna become very hot today because there's a lot of things that I'm gonna say. People will be shocked. Okay. Genesis 1:14-18. He also made the stars. The Tanzambi set them into the vault of the sky to give light on the earth, to govern the day and the night, and to separate the light from darkness. And the Tanzambi said it was good. He determines the number of the stars and he gives to all of them their names. Revelation 4:1-11. After this I looked, and behold, a door standing open in heaven, and the first voice which I had heard speaking to me like a trumpet said, "Come up here, and I will show you what must take place after this." At once I was in spirit, and behold, a throne stood in heaven, with one seated on the throne, and he who sat there had the appearance of jasper, cornelian, and around the throne was a rainbow that had appearance of an emerald. Around the throne were 24 thrones, and seated on the thrones were 24 elders, clothed in white garments with golden crowns on their heads. So in heaven there is life there in the universe up there where we can't go. Okay? Where we can't go, but we came from there. From the throne comes flashes of lightning and rumblings and peals of thunder, and before the throne were burning 7 torches of fire, which are the 7 spirits of the Most High. The thing that I want to say is, in spirit, Enoch went there. In spirit, the most of the prophets were taken, Ezekiel were taken to heavens to see all these constellations. In spirit, our forefathers knew about the heavens, about the constellations of heaven and all this. Okay? Let me just type something. 1 second. If you have some questions, please ask. Yeah. I think this will be a part 1 because there's a lot of things to explain. A lot of things you can't imagine. This will be a long teaching. Yeah. I've prepared it also very well, so it's good if you read. So, okay, let us continue. Job 38:31. You can bind the chains of the Pleiades or loose the cords of the Orion. Okay, you're gonna know exactly why he said that. After 3 months, we set sail in a ship that had wintered in the island, and the ship of Alexander with the twin gods of the figurehead. Okay, all good. He who made the Pleiades and the Orions and turns deep darkness into the morning. So all this Bible verse shows you that the Most High made the universe, and There is the Orion. There are other stars that is near the Sirius star. Okay. I'm an ever living Sirius star, the ever living. This is what is written in the Quran also. Cyrus was worshipped by the Egyptians as the divinity Osiris, and the Persians Tishrira or Tarbao and Arrow, and the Sanskrit of Ruda in the Rig Veda. But why did Tatanzambi in the Torah or Allah in the Quran say Cyrus only, which is a big puzzle, a enigma to the delve into? The answer to that question lies in Vedas and Vedic astrology. According to the Vedic astrology, this star Cyrus comes under constellation Nakshatra, called Adra inside the zodiac sign Gemini. Its deity, its Lord Rudra, etc., etc. The great Dogon a native of Mali, and the great Bangunza or Bangunzu here, initiates of Congo, Yakati, have preserved a lot of knowledge about Cyrus. And this is where we want to go. We don't want to know what the people that came after talked about it, okay, like the Greeks and all them, because all of them knew about the star Cyrus, okay? Even the Egyptians, yeah, and we know we came from, actually, we are the ancient Egyptians also, yeah. All of them knew about the star Cyrus. Now, let's go deeper. We are talking about the Dogons. The Dogons are people from Mali. The Dogon speaks in their cosmogony of Sigitolo, of Potolo, which are the Cyrus. There is a Cyrus A and there's a Cyrus B. And the Dogon they found even a Cyrus C. But they talk about the Cyrus C, but the astronomers and all of them, they never saw the Cyrus C. But the Dogons also talk about the Cyrus C. The astronomers from today, they could not say where actually the Cyrus B was. But when they went to Africa to talk with the Dogon people, they told them about a Cyrus B, which looks like this. This is the star Cyrus, and behind the star Cyrus, there is a Cyrus B. And the Dogon talk about the Cyrus C, which is impossible to see because of the brightness of the Zeta Dianza, which is the Cyrus. This is how they call it in Kikongo, Zeta Dianza. This is how they call the star Cyrus. And we, people from Congo, yeah, we came from the star Kakongo, which is also there in this constellation where the Orion is, where the Cyrus is, okay? We came from there, but everything will be well explained in text. Okay, I'm gonna also make a small video about it. Okay, in normal video with animation. The Benaba Congo referred to Zeta Dianza, the central sun of the side real world, and Kakongo. Kakongo is also a star. Okay, this is where we came from. That's what we believe where we came from. The Banaba Zulu, which is called the 12 tribes today of Israel, etc., etc. So you can never take Central Africa out of the scriptures. This is where we came from. People that went to slavery in America, Brazil, Assyria, etc., etc. This is our history. Okay? When I was fighting here with the white people and all this spiritually, I saw I have even the video about it, fighting against the dragon. I saw the pyramids coming from heaven. I tell you, I saw them coming and our people coming out to fight. For fight the earthlings, the people from the earth. Just to tell you how the Bible describes the things, how the Quran describes the things, that people will come and fight, etc., etc. This is how I saw it in the vision. And I have a video about that. Kakongo is the planet of origin of the ancestors of Bakongo who came to planet Earth in the ancient times. I wanted to make a video also about the vision of Ezekiel when he saw the four animals. The one looks like a human, the other one like, like three other animals, etc., etc. The one that looks like a human, what kind of animal looks like a human? It's a monkey. It's a monkey, okay? The monkey that you see today, okay? The monkey like you see today, it's the image, yeah, of the Most High. Yeah, that's why they always show you that the monkey or the macaco, it's the black people. Okay? But all good. We speak of the arrival of the ancestors Ninzalampandu and Mamankende Lufumu, who came in a chariot of fire on the plateau of Ethiopia. So they came, our forefathers really came with the chariots. Okay? And the other sons were born here on earth. So this is something that all the people in Africa that know spirituality and that know their story gonna tell you. So people from Africa, from Congo, they came actually with chariots, okay, to this earth with a lot of knowledge into the Congo basin. While the Dogon sage speak of an arrival of their ancestors called Nomo in a spacecraft, depositing the fire ancestors of the Dogon. So they also say they came with spaceships, because you can also watch, there's a lot of videos at the moment going on there on YouTube about the Dogons. A lot of videos. People are going crazy and nuts. All of them talking about the Dogons, how they came from other planets, etc., etc. It's now at the moment science is going crazy. How these people knew about the star Sirius and all the constellations, all the zodiac signs and all this before the astrologers. They only found it in the early 2000s, not 20 years ago. Okay, not 20 years ago, but our people talk about it long time. This is our history. This is where we came from. This is where our power source. Okay. Well, what does the modern science say about Sirius? The star Sirius is the brightest star in the sky, at least twice as bright as the second star, Canopus. Yeah. And as such, could not go unnoticed by all men since the dawn of time. However, with the remarkable exception of ancient Egypt, it does not have the central place in most astronomical cultures. Ancient Greek named it Sirius sparkling and gave it the same status as the other stars, while in China named Tianlang, the celestial wolf, it was often compared by its brilliance to Venus. Located in the extension of a remarkable alignment of three stars, the belt of Orion, it could also have served as a landmark in Latin America. Designated under the name of SPDT or SEPIDT, the pointed one, the star, is traditionally associated with the beginning of the Egyptian year. It's characterizing a particular astronomical conjunction to which we will return, coincided approximately with the beneficial flooding of the Nile River. So this is the Dogon tribe. This is how they live and do their spirituality, etc., etc. Yeah, they have also pictures on walls how they went, how they came from the universe. Okay, they have a lot of proofs. Yeah, until this moment. In this moment, we have people here. They're asking them stuff. Okay, so sometimes don't think the practices of people in Africa. It's always witchcraft, like the West love to show it. Those kind of things that practices the most of the people practice in Africa has always something to do with where they usually came from, with their heritage. Okay, we have to know that. You cannot go and just say you have to worship Jesus now. If you call him Yeshua, Mozambique, or whatever you want to call him, and just take some people's cultures out of them. It's like you're killing a whole nation. And this is what actually the Europeans have done. So we cannot go and say that we really worship the real Most High if we just on our Bible there. Yeah, I always say if we talk about religion, it has nothing to do with spirituality. Religion is a name that was created for all the religion in this world, and all the religion in this world have their culture, their spirituality, their customs, traditions, okay, and even politics. You cannot go to China and put everyone the Bible in their hand. You're killing China. China economy gonna go down in one day. You cannot go to the Muslims and say, now here you have now to take the African spirituality. This is not made for them. Even the Bible explains that every nation has his God. Every nation has his country. Every nation has his place. Okay? You cannot go and take some things from people and rob it and giving him another story. Like the most of our people are lost. That's why we are called the lost people of the Most High. We are lost. Let us continue. So the Dogon people that you saw there, yeah, are a West African ethnic group that lives in the eastern Mali and originally comes from the northwestern Burkina Faso. The Dogon people currently number around 350,000 people at the moment. The analogy between the Dogon cosmology and the modern scientific discoveries about Cyrus raises profound questions about the nature of knowledge and the origin of cultural wisdom. The Dogon understanding of Cyrus, including its invisible companion and its unique characteristics, such as dense matter, aligns in many ways with finding that modern astronomy has only confirmed through advanced instruments and techniques. Such parallels have spurred debates about whether their knowledge stems from intuitive insight, cultural transmission, or some other extraordinary source. The thing that you have to know about science is completely spiritually, and science also is physical. Like, yes, you put you have instruments that you use to find out certain things, okay, but the spiritual aspect of science, of the Western science, of the Chinese and all of them science, goes goes always against the African spirituality, which always refers to the Most High, our God. But if it goes to their God, which they do not never describe as God, but they call it also science, but always goes to spirituality, they find it, oh, it's correct. But they don't want to admit that spirituality is the first before it goes to becomes material or science. Everything that they use scientific must be dreamed, must be thought, must be shown from darkness to light so that they can put it into work, actually. And this is what all the time was the problem of our people from light, of light. Because when you don't see something, they're like, oh no, Europeans have invented this. But where does the knowledge come from? Everyone that writes a book must have an idea. If you have an idea, you're going to put it into work. After the work, you're going to have the thing, the result or the material, that thing that you wanted. A book, a car, a table that you have created, invented, or whatever. A plane. It came from someone, somewhere. Even the computer that I'm using here right now. But they don't want ours, but take it from us and put it, because there's a set. There are some people in this world. Uh, they are against the Most High's people, and we have to know that. And they are strong. They are rich. Okay, they are actually ruling this world. Now, the idea of direct transmission, as suggested in the Dogon traditions, remains an intriguing yet unverifiable hypothesis. While no empirical evidence supports the claim that the Dogons very prefer to external influences or advanced technology, their detailed astronomical lore invites a deeper examination of how such knowledge came to exist in their cultural framework. It is not merely the accuracy of their knowledge that stands out, but the sophistication of their conceptual associations, which integrate scientific observations with profound philosophical and spiritual meaning. Historically, examples such as Kant's speculative concept of galaxies reminds us that the boundaries between science and poetic or intuitive insight is often fluid. Human curiosity and imagination have long been catalysts for discoveries that later find validation through empirical evidence. This interplay between intuition and evidence may also be reflected in the Dogon's intricate, intricate cosmology. Whether their knowledge originated from ancient observation, esoteric insight, or transmitted wisdom, what remains clear is depth or their engagement with celestial phenomena and symbolic significance they attached to the Cyrus star system. So they showed actually the Europeans, the Western people, where the star Cyrus is and his neighboring stars, the Dogons. Okay, okay. Very soon you're gonna hear the story Congo about it, which is a little bit even more, yeah, better, very important, because this goes more to the Most High. This is where you will really gonna see that where we came from and why I'm making this video. But because many people are talking about the Dogon at the moment, I should even call this the title Dogon so that it will share faster, because this is where people really are searching. They are searching for the knowledge of the Dogon. But the truth is, there are many other tribes in Africa. They actually claim and say we came from the star Cyrus. The Dogon cosmology also challenges the historical imposed narrative that has sought to undermine the intellectual and scientific contribution of African civilization. As noted by Nkrumah Masse, the Dogon's astronomical expertise predates modern European scientific advancement and highlights the fallacy of colonial assumptions about the intellectual capacities of African cultures. Instead, it underscores the universal human quest for understanding the cosmos, a pursuit that transcends geography and technology. Okay. They even have, they are even talking about that, what I always say, they're talking about a metal. You can you imagine a metal becomes like water, like uh, uh, something that can transform itself into different kind of things, like the Terminator movie, when the Terminator was full of metal and they can shoot him, he's not dying, such things. But the other one was like water, like he could transform his arms. And brothers and sisters, This is the truth about the if you really want something good in this world, you have to dive deeper. Everything that is costly, you have always to go into darkness, into the holes, and find it. Okay, like water. You have to put things onto the earth to grow the trees. Minerals are under the earth. Okay, so knowledge, you have to go deeper. It's like, oh, yo, now we are the Hebrew Israelites, now we are the Bantus, blah, blah. Okay, what is your story? They will always start laughing at you because you do not really know the constellations of heaven. You don't know who the dragon is that came to heaven, to this earth, to fight the humanity. You don't know where the problem is, and you don't know where we go. And this is not a YouTube video like, oh yeah, then after that send me how much, how the you whatever you have in your pocket. No, this is something that we have to know, because there where we go, this kind of things will play a big role, because we are going to the spiritual world, gonna meet the physical world. We're gonna have a time, our eyes will start seeing things that we should not see. Our nose will start smelling things that we should not smell. Okay, and we're gonna taste things which we should not taste. Okay, we will start touching things that we should not touch. So don't think that we are going. Don't think that we are. We say the world is a Congolo. Even the life of a human is a Congolo. We came and we go back, which means you are here now. Everything that you do, your debts and everything, will be counted there, and you're gonna come back. Now, in this moment, many people think, "Oh yeah, why are the wicked the ones that are above the poor? Why are the rich people only those?" It's the time. It's this time. You are now born in this time where these people are ruling. But you have to know you have an everlasting life, because you are actually a spirit. And this spirit will always continue living. Always. Which means you're going to come back if you want or not. Because you have lived before. You lived it before. Okay? But this is another story. Now, let us continue. If we have some questions, sometimes I'm looking to the chat, because have a full screen here. I can't see what people are writing. But if you have some questions, please ask. Or if we have something to say to people, it's very important. People have to know. There is no one that knows everything, huh? So please read by yourself with your English. Yeah, I have my own English. I have my own voice, so it's always better if you also read. The attribution of the Dogons, astronomical knowledge, extraterrestrial beings, the normal, adds another layer of complexity of their narrative. While such claims may elicit skepticism in the scientific community. Okay, this is normal, everyone has his thoughts and meaning. They also reflect the ways in which cultures integrate cosmic and mythical elements in their worldview. These stories serve not only as explanations for observed phenomena, but also as frameworks for understanding humanity's connection to the universe. Thank you, white man. In conclusion, the Dogons' relationship with the Sirius star system exemplifies the intricate interviewing of empirical knowledge, intuitive insights, and cultural expression. While the origins of their knowledge may remain elusive, what stands out in their profound engagement with the cosmos and the symbolic narratives they have constructed around it. This legacy serves as a testament to the intellectual richness of African civilization and a reminder that the pursuit of cosmic understanding is shared human endeavor shaped by diverse perspectives and profound creativity. Now, um, okay. Now, very good. Let us start. In the Congo religion, how it is called, yeah? Because spirituality is mostly not well explained. That spirituality for me is always something that is invisible. And if we talk about religion, it becomes history. Like, oh yeah, Jesus did did this, Muhammad did this, Buddha did this. Yeah. So if we talk about religion, it's something that is written. Okay. But if we talk about spirituality, yeah, it's something that is a ritual from spirits. And what are spirits? Stars, things that you can't see, can be also demons, it can be celestial beings, things that you can't understand, but you are moving them, you're working with them. Things that are inside of us, that makes us. We are spiritual beings. So we are also called stars. The children of Israel will be like the stars in heaven. We are called the Bena Zulu, like the people in South Africa today. Okay? We are the sons of heaven. The Bible always tells us that we came from heaven. Oh no, Jesus came from heaven. No, not only him. We came from heaven. He always says it. And in the Congo history, brothers and sisters, like you can also see in different kind of maps of Europeans, they say we had 12 tribes. 12 tribes. 12 sons that ruled, that were born by. Now, listen to the stories. Nalukengo, who was the firstborn of the sons of heaven, who came from the radiant star Kakongo, which is where we came from, yeah, there where the star Sirius is, where no one will go and will go and will go because Satan is still lying with Elon Musk and all of them. They will go nowhere. Okay? He was left the scepter of power to guide the 12 original tribes of the Bantu race. Okay? Which means we ruled the world. Yeah? We ruled Egypt. We came to Egypt. The most of the people think, oh, hey, Egypt was only from the people from the North Africans, or from the people that lived in Somalia, the so-called Ethiopians today, and all of them. No, we lived there. We came with the knowledge. It's the same thing like today. The most of the knowledge comes from us, and just because we don't know what to do with it, we have the land, we have the knowledge. It was given to us. We take a knowledge from the Most High directly. But the world takes the knowledge from today, which is only at 30% of the knowledge that the Most High, maybe the Most High is even smarter, yeah? But they have only 30% that they can use of the knowledge of the universe. This is what is written in the scriptures, and this is what I know. So which means that what they are doing here, chips, implanting chips into your brain and all this is okay. But all this naming the animals like the one, and all this knowledge from the zodiac signs and stars, astronomy, medicine, weapons that this is only at 30% of the knowledge that was given to them. So which means there is another knowledge that is about to come, which is a revolutionary knowledge. Okay, with the spirit of the Most High, they're gonna come and conquer the world. The Most High lives, brothers and sisters, and the Most High is strong, and he is very patient, and he's really preparing his 144 people that's gonna guide the world. This world right here gonna be guided by 144,000. It's not like 144,000 only will survive, but it will be 144 rulers, people that gonna. We have the Illuminati, we have the Rothschilds, we have all these families. They're also a lot. There are also many. There are also many. They're also ruling the world right now. So the same thing will be with the Musa. He's gonna have all over the world, that thing that will stay as a world. Yeah, people from us are gonna lead it. And we can see it. It's happening. Okay. What they are doing right now is bringing confusion among the nations. They want war. It's not like they want to save Ukraine or what. They want war. They want to see war everywhere. Bring confusion. People start be feared. We're living in fear, confusion, and scared. Again, let me read. I said a lot of things right now. Nalukengo, who was the firstborn of the sons of heaven, who came from the radiant star Kakongo, he was left the scepter of power to guide the 12 original tribes of the Bantu race. He was the eldest son of Nenza Lampandu and Nema Mankenda Lufuma. So these are the names actually from our forefathers that came here. They came to the Central Africa. Okay. You have the eastern part of Africa, you have North Africa, you have South Africa, you have West Africa, but our Africa is called Central Africa. We are the children from Central Africa, okay? It's not like the West, like they say, oh, it's the West Africa. West Africa is West Africa. We are Central Africa. Now, it's not like the Middle East. Oh, yeah, where in the hell is the North, the East, and the West from the Middle East, huh? Where is it? The primordial ancestors of the Bakongo, who came from Kakongo, located on the outskirts of Nzita Dianza, from the son of Cyrus. So, when Lukengo had problems, he said, I hold the scepter of power that the sons of heaven left me. I invoke the fathers. They listened to my voice from beyond. In any case, they really left me the power. So when we came to Egypt, brothers and sisters, we came with power. I don't know how to explain. We could fly, we could everything, and who knows if we were the size of us or whatever. From that, what I always was hearing from my father, we became always smaller and smaller. Okay. How can you build a pyramid? Even today, they do not know how to build a pyramid because a stone was like massive. If you look at the Assyrian buildings, the Sumerian buildings, the doors were massive, big. Why do we building a door like this if you're not big like that? So we had superpowers, okay. And not even long time ago. I'm gonna show you in another movie. Yeah, I'm gonna show you in another movie that this is actually true. I'm gonna show you the timeline when all these kind of things happened. So, like the Dogons, they have something what they say. When they came from from the star Cyrus, they say that this people that came from there, they look like human and they looked also like fish, a little bit like a fish. And if you look at their dances and stuff like that, you're gonna see that they sometimes have some fish costumes, okay? Which means, that, yeah, I believe in aliens, okay? What is the alien? Someone that came out, someone that doesn't live in, someone that is not earthly, that doesn't live in this earth, that came out from this earth. This is the alien. Okay. But it's not only the black people, brothers and sisters, okay? I'm gonna explain this even more in the next video. It's not only the black people, the Sumerians, the Syrians, all of them, they have a story about this fish people, this fish-looking people. They came from heaven to come here to earth, to live here on earth, to intermarry with the people of the earthly people. So that's why it's very important, the things that I say. You have to do your research. You have to do your research. It's always, if you see this name Mamiwata, the mermaid that lives there in underwater. Ariel story. Yeah, this Ariel story didn't come from the Western people. It came from the Africans. Okay, it comes from people from Africa, and we know about Atlantis. Yeah, and all the stories, the cities or the countries underwater. Okay, so brothers and sisters, we have always to think before we speak. Like I always do my researches very properly. If someone comes and say, "Oh, Master, you're saying bullcrap," this person has no idea. I can show you in the Bible, I can show you in the Quran. But the thing is just, it's massive. There's a lot of things to say. Now, let us continue. The second, so okay, very good, very good, very good, very good, very good, very good. Okay, so let us explain about a song that I took out and I translated it a little bit. So the second song was entitled "An Academy of the Sons of Heaven." That is to say, Bukongo, the solar system, the solar religion of the Black Shemites, to have the blessing of the instructors of heaven. Let us note in passing that Archangel Mwanda Congo in Longi, which is what people call Jesus, by the way, yeah, Jesus, yeah, the monkey god, okay, the god of sun, yeah, the sun god, yeah, we call him also the Archangel Michael, okay, just for you to know, it's like it's a star. He has his own place where he rules under the under the bigger, brighter place of the Most High, a star of the Most High. This is how the Congo people describe it. Okay, that's why when the people start to say, "Oh, Jesus lives," people like Kimpavida, people like Kimbango, and all of them say, "We know him already. You are coming with a story with that we already know. You just made him white. You made him like you're telling a story that we already know." But still, that we didn't. The most of the people did not believe, and we felt. So the group instructor of all genius of light working in the second system of Congo Kalunga, you see, so he's like in the second system of the Most High, where the Most High lives. There is a we call him Archangel Mwanda Congo. Okay, this light person, this light giant spirit, yeah, is the one that is the so-called Most High Son for the Christians. Okay, Bundia Congo, or because Bundia Congo is very important. They say a lot of things about those kind of things. Very important. Bundia Congo, they say a lot of things about those things, but there's also a lot of differences. Okay, me myself, I like Mwanda Semi. That he says a lot of good things, but also he was a prophet for me, like Simon Toko, like Kimbangu, and some others that are still here on earth and doing the work of the Most High. So I believe in prophets. I believe that there are some prophets outside there, even now in this minute. The third verse deals with the relationship between the 12 patriarchs of the black race and the 12 constellations of the zodiac sign, each of genius of the constellations directing the solar system for 2,000 years. This is something that I'm going to show you very detailed. it's going to shock you, and you're going to see exactly from which time to which time we started to move and where we went, what happened when we went to countries, when we ruled in Egypt, when we went to Zimbabwe, when we went to South Africa, whom we fought, with whom we intermarried, what happened there with the covenant, with the we had the covenant, the boat of the covenant with us, that the people say, oh yeah, it is now in Ethiopia, etc., etc. No way. Okay, the table of the covenant. So the story of Moses is actually true. Okay, just to tell you the truth. So the Bible is not lying. The Quran is not lying. Okay, those histories of the Sumerians and the Assyrians, the Greeks, they are not really lying. It's just different interpreted for their people. And many things are lost or different. Okay, there are many people messaging now because of the things that I'm teaching. Yeah, it's always good if people are it's always good if people are waking up, Let me see in the chat. Maybe someone wrote something. Let me see. Yenge. This is Brother Keith. All praises, brother. Oh yeah, here the Catholic Church, they wear these hats with the fish. All praises. You see, someone is thinking. Oh, the other one. Oh, it's scary. Yeah, this is how it is. Welcome back, Ingeta. Here I am. Huh? Yeah. All praises. Let us continue. So, yes, the Congo has actually the 12 tribes. What I cannot see from the Middle Easterners, they say they are only the tribe of Judah. They're only the tribe of Judah. You always hear we are the tribe of Judah. So where are the other 11 tribes? Oh, they went from here to there, but not in Africa. That's what they say. Where are the other 11 tribes? And if you go to the Ancient Testament, you're going to see them in Africa with the countries, with the tribes, with the language, with the the places where they lived, with the weather, the animals, the mountains. I can show you everything in the Bible, and I showed it already in a lot of videos. So, which can never be, oh yeah, the promised land is in America, the promised land is in Southern America. No. Okay? These things happened in Africa. You can't take Africa, especially the Bakongo people, out of history, science, and politics, or let's say the Bible, spirituality, etc., etc. Yeah. You go to Viet Cong, you go to China, you have Kong, you have everywhere the stories of our great fathers, the man of Kakongo, yeah, the son of Cyrus. Okay, you have the story in every culture, But why taking from us and not giving something back and saying that it's yours? Just because this is what the Quran, the people of the Islam actually did. They took everything from us. Oh yeah, now it's from Muhammad. It's from the Greeks. It's from the Assyrians. No, where did it really came from? Before you took it, you rewrite it, and you start lying to people. Where did it come from? What will happen if our people goes back to that what is theirs? You guys are dead in a second. Because our ancestors, they are waiting for us. They are waiting for us to wake up. I always say it. They are waiting for us to wake up. It can happen if our people really wake up, that in a second that this world will be changing. Then we're going to see the spaceships coming. We're going to see them coming from another universe. And they will not come to laugh with anyone here. But Jesus is coming. Jesus is the Savior. There will be no one that will come to save you the world. They will come to conquer. because the world is taken by pirates, liars, yeah, pedophiles, and a lot of very gangsters, people that destroyed our minds. They never wanted peace. They never wanted the Most High. They never liked the Most High, but they knew from Him. They knew from Him from the beginning, in their books, in their movies, in their music industry, in everything what they do in schooling, in their works, what they have created, and everything what they steal, they knew from the Most High. They know us very well. They can even see. They can see. Okay? They can see that, because many from them have still the gifts of their forefathers. It is still given to them by rituals and everything. They know that they are not from this world. They know that they are destroying this world. They know that they are fighting the Most High's people. They know that they will never make it back to heavens, but they will make it to the abyss. They will be punished. They will never go out of this punishment, yeah, and they will never be born again. These people are crazy, and we're gonna get them. We're gonna get them. From the beginning of times, when we even go to the Adam and Eve story, we know exactly that evil people have to be born. Evil people must be born, and the Most High separated them. They are still under us. It's not everyone your friend. It's not everyone your family. And if the spirits enters into them, because the spirits they're crossing the planet, and they're looking where they can be born again. And when these spirits are born again, even in family members, don't think that the family member is yours, because we have aliens in human bodies. A man is not a man, a woman is not a woman. You can be lying down with a woman or a man, and this person has a complete other look. He looks completely different. And these alienoids, they know it. They know how they look like. I was seeing different kinds of people in people. I have seen that. And something what I always say, our forefathers had different kinds of substances that they sometimes took. Our people had different kinds of rituals that they sometimes did to see different kinds of things. So, which means, I say it clearly, go and take the white man's drugs, and you are the Most High's child. Go and sit with the white man if you take these drugs, and then go with him somewhere, yeah, and sit with him somewhere if he's not will attack you, or he will not conquer you, because he will start seeing something in you that he can't get. He starts seeing, and you will see also if you take it in a way, ayahuasca and all these kind of things that they take, going to India to take these crazy things. That's why you will see the Indian will not like you. That's why you will see all his nations, the most of them will not like you, because he said he chose the Bantu. He chose he chose even, he said, the Bantu people, the 12 tribes, and he said some people from Assyria. He called some people from Africa. He called some people, and the people that will mingle themselves into us, that will humble themselves to make it. Okay? This is the fact. He said all the nation worship Satan. There is not one nation, and I know exactly where they come from. In the next video, I'm going to show you exactly where they come from. Exactly. Oh, I want to make it to Mars, blah, blah. You are already from Mars. You are already from Jupiter. But don't think that with your human body, you can make it there. No one can live in not one of those planets. It's impossible. No human can live there, which means you can only make it there spiritually. Brothers and sisters, think I'm crazy, but this is a damn truth. Let me continue. I know that most of the people are running away already. Massa is getting crazy like always, but this is how it works. So the language of the planet Kakongo, which is no other than literal and academic Kikongo taught in the Mazimba Bundia Congo. Okay, very good. So this is the University of Mondasemi, etc. So we know we came from Kakongo. So he's explaining actually that we are the Band of Zulu. That's it. I thought even it's longer. Oh, it is longer. And I knew. So now, okay, very good. Let me see if I should make a second part. How much longer is it? Okay, that's not much. Let me finish it. So they have a lot of things to say, brothers and sisters. Happy New Year, by the way, and this uh, timeline that they gave us in this time here that we are living in the 25th century. Mhm. So here's the Orion. Yeah, as you can see, and here you have the star Sirius. Okay, so very good. So I hope you know what Zeta Diaza means. Yeah, it's the star Sirius. Okay, it's called in the from our Congo's ancestors. We have for every um, constellation, for every star, for every animal above their zodiac sign, we have our names. For every planet, we have our name. Milky Way, we have our name. We have our names, and I know sometimes it comes disturbing to see those names. But brothers and sisters, we have to know those names, yeah, just to show really that we know about what we're talking about. Okay, we know if we would not have the name for those kind of things, this would mean that we are liars. So we have to call him Cyrus. Cyrus. We know it's Nzita Dianza. Nzita Dianza. That's the name. Okay. So it means center of the world. Thus, for the Congo Inuitates, the great sun Cyrus is the sun of the center of the world. Ntangu Yanzita Dianza. Yeah. In Kikongo, the center of the world. Okay, Cyrus is the center of the world. Tangu Yanzita Dianza. This great sun, it's also called the sun because it's brighter than the sun. It is brighter than the sun, much more brighter than the sun. And even the second star that is big as the Earth is bright, but the Sirius star is 10 times brighter. Okay, this great sun occupies a very important place in the Congo religion. Let's go. Apart from the great sun Sirius itself, the Congo Inuitates speak a lot about this group of stars neighboring Sirius that they call Bankudi Banzila Banzita Dianza, the friends of the roads of Sirius. These stars are therefore companions of Sirius. They are invisible to the naked eye. And the next movies that I'm going to make about what you can see or not, what you can feel or not, you can have, there's some colors we can't even see with our eyes. You can't see in the night, but the all can. So there are different kind of things that people gonna start seeing, smelling, like I told you, brother and sister, that people will not imagine because the spiritual world is coming nearer year to year. By the way, I have to make a prophecy video about this year completely. In Mali, the Dogon Inuitates also speak of the sun Cyrus and also associate companions with the Botolo, Emayatolo, etc. The sun Cyrus is called by the Dogon Inuitates by the term Sigitolo, the star Sigi. So there are some inside names. While the Great Congo Inuitates the past invoked by the great lord of Nzita Danza under the name Nesigi, Nesugu, Nesuku. That shows this parenthesis. Like the Congo Inuitates, the Dogon sages speak of their ancestors coming from a cosmic companion of Sigitolo, from the sun Cyrus, from where the Momo of the sky came. In Kikongo, the word Nomo is similar to the word Simbi, Elima, meaning genius angel. And you know, Simbi, Bisimbi, Elima, Elima. What is the word in Hebrew? Spirit in Hebrew. Maybe someone can write it down. There's a special word. Yeah, we call it Simbi, Elima, which is angel. Like I told you, the stars are also called angel. Like if we say this world here belongs to an angel, okay? Like the world is an angel because it's a star. The constellations that you see there are stars. When we say Jesus, okay, Jesus and Archangel Michael, all of them, they have like planets that they own. Like this is the planet that represents them. Okay, and this is the world of the Most High Son also, which is the world Kakongo here. When we came from there, we made here our Kakongo here on earth, given to Adam or given to our mother and father. They came from the other star, from Kakongo there to here. This is how we call the earth. But today, the earth is not ours no more. Forget that part. Okay? The earth is really not ours. Okay? The earth is a jail. This earth is a jail. It becomes a jail for the spirits that to never go back where they came from. This so-called evil spirits. And for us, it became also a jail. Okay? Because normally we should live differently here. Because we are the sons of the Most High. Now, like the Congo initiates to the Dogon sages, speaks of their ancestors coming from a cosmic companion of Sigitolo, yeah, from Cyrus. Okay, we wrote this. Okay, this is a song actually that I translated. It's a lot of work, you know. Yeah, so we came from the star Kakongo. Okay. Now, Mace means cosmic fathers, while Ntumumasa means the messenger of the Almighty Fathers. Okay, all of them live, you know, and today it's we here on earth. So, like it is on heaven, so is it on earth. Don't forget that part. Now, the Bena Congo and the Bena Dogon, yeah, from Mali, share a great cosmic secret. Say Tumumasa, the messenger of the fathers of Kakongo. Okay, very good. The Bambara and the Bozo initiates, also known the son of Cyrus, and its companion invisible to the naked eye. They say Fa Dolo Fla, meaning the two stars of knowledge, referring to Cyrus A and its companion Cyrus B. Yeah. Long before the colonial era, the Hottentoto initiates to South Africa also knew the sun Cyrus and its invisible companions. Very late in the 19th and 20th centuries, thanks to complicated and expensive devices, the West finally discovered that Cyrus has companions. So, who are the first men who discovered the companion of Cyrus? The West answers that it's in Basel 1844 and Peters in 1851. Error. You know, even on their videos, what you see in YouTube, they're doing it's a lie. Okay, because the Congo, Hotento, Dogon, Bambara initiates knew Cyrus and its companions several centuries before Basel and Peters. The companions of the son Cyrus are invisible to the naked eye. Okay. The West discovers them with the help of complex of expensive devices. How, without devices, had our Negro African ancestors managed to discover with precision the invisible companions of the sun Cyrus, Zeta Denzia? What is the marvelous operating mode that had led our Negro African ancestors to this sensational discovery without using complex and expensive devices? The Congo entities teach that the heart of the sun Cyrus is a center radiating blue energy of an indescribable beauty in human language. In the past, the Lord of the Sun Cyrus, Manit Zita Dianza, had declared this: Cassiopea in toto, Wanzambu Kansi Congo intima Cassiopea. This is Africa is blessed land. Congo is the heart of Africa. Do you know what this implies for Africa? In any case, the great Nabi Congo say that this super grand Elima called Nemwanda Congo, yeah, the spirit of Congo, is the eye of the sun Zita Dianza on this planet. So, with other words, Nemwanda Congo is the invisible superior of the Bena Congo. Very important, this one. So let me explain. In case of the great Nabi Congo, which you can also call Jesus, he say that the great spirit that is called Nemwanda Congo, so the spirit of the earth, yeah, is, so the earth itself is like an eye of the sun of the star Cyrus on this planet here. Okay? Nemwanda Congo is the invisible superior of the Bena Congo. So Nemwanda, or the spirit of Congo, yeah, is the invisible superior of us people and the country of Congo Diantotela, which is the Congo from today, and Congo from today was bigger, right? It's Ethiopia, like the southern part of Africa, the heart of Africa, hence the cosmic mission of the Bena Congo and the great Mani Congo. Yeah, it's also in the Bible, the Mani Congo. You can see it. It's if you type the Mani Bible, and you're gonna find the Mani Congo there, which will come from the radiant star Ka Congo, which is in the universe. One of the companions of the, what is I say so much, like what is the name again? A little bit out here now, of Cyrus, exactly, of Cyrus. So again, Congo and the great Mani Congo, which will come from the radiant star Ka Congo, one of the companions of the star Congo. Great Mani Congo is Great Mani Congo is a tribe, yeah, a tribe, but it also was a king, yeah. In the Bible, you can read by yourself. It's like a sons of the children of the Most High. Let me just see if I can find the Bible verse very soon. The Mani. I forget that Bible verse, man. I have to go more to the Bible again. I think if Google will not give me this Bible verse, I know exactly. Because these are Bible verses that Google can never give you like this. This is because it's a tribe. No problem. No problem. I already made videos about the Mani are sons of, I don't know, Abraham, something like this. Yeah. So it's a tribe in Congo. Okay, that's it, brothers and sisters. Yeah, this is it. This was teaching. I hope you learned a little bit from the teaching on Kimbo Kimbo Tatanzambe Mazulu. I love all of ya. We are all in one boat. Yeah, it's a fight. Let the Most High win. Blessings, yeah, to all your family, and ruach, yeah. Thank you, brother Alex. Ruach. This is how it called the spirit in Hebrew. And yeah, there's more about to come, brothers and sisters. Hmm? Support my channel, share the video, like it, and comment. Thank you. It is done.